YouTube, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Yanni, back at you with another video. Man, it's been such a long time, but we back, guys. Today we're gonna be doing a mid-ball fade. Let's not waste no time, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, first step, I'm grabbing my comb. I'm gonna comb all the hair forward into the pattern of his hair in order to give myself a clean canvas for my clippers to run through. And speaking of clippers, guys, here I'm using my Stylecraft Rebels. Just got them in maybe last week. I must say, man, these clippers are fire, man. You gotta try these out. One of my go-to clippers right now. Here I'm coming in with my number 1 guard all the way closed, and I'm knocking all the hair down to the desired length. These clippers debulk, they fade, they're powerful. Man, these are just one of my favorite clippers right now. Shout out to Gamma and Stylecraft for taking their time to produce this thing for us. It's amazing. Alright guys, next step, I'm coming in with my Stylecraft Evos with the X Pro blade, their new blade. Yo, this thing hits like Mike Tyson in his prime. This is like my go-to hitter right now. We're setting in the ball guideline. We're gonna set in this initial guideline all the way around the head. Once that guideline is completely in, we're gonna grab our trimmer and debulk everything underneath. I'm not gonna use the electric shaver because I don't want my client to bump up. So I'm just gonna bring it down as low as I can with my trimmer. Once the hair is debulked, we're gonna grab our clipper, no guard, all the way open, and we're gonna set in our first guideline. I like to set in my guidelines about the size of my thumb or a 1/4 of an inch, it doesn't matter. How you make your guidelines, everybody has different preference. This is just the length that I like to set mine in. Alright guys, here we're going to come in with our number 1 guard all the way open, setting in our next guideline. I'm going to set it in a little bit bigger than I did my last guideline because I want to stretch this fade out a little bit more. And guys, here you see me coming with the grain again. Sometimes you're going to have to brush and keep going with the grain to get that desired length. You're not always going to get every single hair on the first try, so just keep brushing and keep knocking it down. Alright guys, here I'm coming in with my clipper all the way closed, and I'm attacking that bottom line. I'm flicking out to the line. Next, I'm going to open my clipper 1 notch, move up on the guideline. Then I'm going to open my clipper up 1 more notch, moving up higher on that guideline until this guideline is fully blended out. Once that guideline's blended out, I'm coming in with my number 1 guard all the way closed, and all that I'm doing is just softening that line in order to make it easier for me to come back with my half guard and take that line out. And that's what you see me doing here. I'm coming in with my half guard 1 notch open from closed, so it's not all the way closed, and I'm attacking that line, flicking at that line and taking it out. As I move up, I'm going to open my clipper 1 notch until this line is fully blended out. And guys, when I run through my system, I like to go through my system and not really get stuck on the haircut. I just keep pushing forward, and any dark spots or anything that needs to be fixed later on, I'll come back in the detail process and I'll address it then. But I don't want to take too much time trying to make this fade perfect out the rip. I'm gonna come back and I'm going to take my time and detail it. I just want to give myself a good foundation in order to see exactly where I have to do these adjustments. I don't want to spend too much time and take too long on a haircut, so that's one way to make you go faster on your haircuts. Just move forward and come back to it later. And here, guys, I'm using my number 1 guard all the way open, and I'm flicking to the top, blending that guideline to the top. It's not fully gonna blend it. In order to blend from the 1 open to the top, you're gonna have to use the half guard. Here I'm using my half guard halfway open, and I'm blending the rest to the top. Alright guys, we're gonna follow the same steps that we did on the other side on this side. I'm gonna sit back, let you guys watch so you can see how this all comes together. Remember guys, learn to move on. If you're having trouble, if the hair is giving you trouble and you just keep having difficulties fading the hair, just move on, come back to it later. Once you actually run through your system, through the whole head, you'll realize that you have a better silhouette in order for you to see exactly where you have to do those adjustments in order to make this fade look better. Alright guys, now in the back, we're going to follow the exact same steps that we did on the sides in order to blend both sides together. As you can see, most of it is already faded from just working from the sides. So the back, to me, is the easiest part to blend, since you'll have everything in place to follow in order to connect it together. So just follow the same steps and blend in the back to both the sides in order to complete this fade. Cut one, brush one, as Get Beam would say. Shout out to Beam in his new video, man. Straight fire. Alright guys, now I'm switching over to my Gamma Mythics because I have the stretch bracket on it. It opens up a little bit wider, and I'm going to use that to detail. you see me coming back here and attacking any of those dark spots or imperfections in the hair that I feel that should be blended a little bit more in order to give this fade more gradients. Using my half guard, using the corners, flicking out those dark spots, and bringing this fade back to life. That's exactly why I don't get stuck on one spot, because I feel like you'll never get it perfect the first time. You always have to come back in detail. So just run through your system, and then once you're done everything and you have that full silhouette, then you can come back and do detail work like I'm doing here in order to make everything look much more better. And your client's always going to recognize that you're going above and beyond. You're taking a little extra 5 minutes in order to detail this haircut out. You know, that little bit of time makes such a huge difference at the end. I mean, no barber is perfect, no haircut is perfect. We try to do our best. Every hair presents its different challenge. We just try to make the haircut look as best as we possibly can for that client that day. These Gamma Mythics are my detailers. I bring these things out every time I have to detail. That stretch bracket by Gamma is just like, it's the best, especially when detailing. This clipper is very powerful. I love this clipper. It's definitely one that's in my rotation often, and I highly recommend to anyone, especially for fading. This might be one of the best clippers out there for fading. Detail, 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 coming with the grain, flicking, using no guard, half guard, and one guard to their desired places in the head. Just flicking out anything that I can, anything that I see that could be better. That's what this detail process is for. And this is really what sets the great barbers from any other barber. The detail process. It will always show in your haircut, always. Big shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys for always supporting your boy. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get it. Alright guys, here you see me taking down the hairline a little bit lower using my 0 guard, because I like to bring the front down a little bit in order to get a crispier line. You see that his front lineup isn't all that great, so we'll come back to that later. Alright guys, here I'm grabbing my Lotta Body Rapid Lotion, applying it all through the hair in order to lay this hair down. I'm going to grab my blow dryer and I'm going to brush in the pattern of the hair until the lotion is fully dried. But like I was saying guys, the front lineup that he has is very light, so it's very hard to, get it to look like one. I mean, we do use color enhancements on this haircut, but when you have a client like that, you just gotta do your best in order to blend the top into those light areas. Alright guys, here you see me coming in with my trimmers, and I'm just floating them over the top of his head, getting those roach legs so that we don't have any frizz sticking out from top of the hair. It makes a huge difference at the end, so take the 2 minutes out of your time, 1 minute even, that it takes to do that step. And here guys, I'm coming in with my Tomb 45 Beam Team cordless compressor, Tomb 45 no drip, Sean Cuts hair clutch card, applying the no drip onto those areas that I was speaking about that were light, and taking this haircut and this lineup to the next level. We're going to use Get Beams method. We're going to apply no drip, hairspray, then we're going to come back, apply fibers, more hairspray, and teaching our client exactly how to take care of his color. That way they can be more educated as to how to make the hair color stay longer. Here I'm coming in with my Tomb 45 triple cartridge razor, stretching the skin, 45-degree angle, cutting to the line. You know you're close to the end of the haircut when you're using that razor. I'm gonna go over everything with my trimmer and just see if I can make this lineup any more crispy before I move on. Hitting those vertical bars, hitting those C cups, getting those points nice and pointy, hitting that front hairline, and that's pretty much going to be it, guys. As you can see, this haircut's coming together. It's looking good. I'm very happy with how it came out. Don't forget to hit like on the video, show your boy some love. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will be dropping videos every week now, so stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you for supporting. Alright guys, so here's how my client came in. As you can see, it's been a while. He's got a haircut, he needed some love. And there's the after, guys. Here's the cut. Tell me what you guys think. Could I have done anything better? Did you like the video? Did you learn anything? Drop a comment below. Show your boy some love. It's your boy Yanni, signing out. Ayy.